This is the Tyneco S3 vacuum mop. It's got a dot above the T. Is it Tin Eco? Now, normally I'd do an unboxing and review from there, but I wanted to get the full understanding of how this works. And
Charging has commenced.
Like I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted, I wanted to get an understanding of how it works, how it performs before I actually reviewed it. I didn't want to put something on the page that I later find out that it really wasn't that good. As you heard before, it charges itself. As soon as you take it off and put it back on,
charging has commenced.
It's displaying 100 at the moment. It's fully charged. Downside to the charging, I find it is very sensitive.
Charging has commenced.
So you could be trying to clean the unit out and you just knock
charging
it.
Charging has commenced.
It really needs to lock in a little bit better. Now let's start from the top. You've got the LED screen.
Charging has commenced.
Oh my God, I'm gonna turn that off. You've got the water reservoir that you also put the solution in, cap a solution per run. The first month or two, I wasn't actually using the solution. I didn't have any on me. I was just using hot water. It works fine. It's probably doing something deep down, but as the looks goes, I can't tell the difference. Hot tap water in, clicks in, dirty water comes out. It's got its own little filter for all hair and stuff. You'll see that later where how much stuff gets clogged in that. Then you've also got a little brush on the side, which is for cleaning things out. On that brush, you've also got a little hair cutter. Anything that gets stuck, you can cut it off the roller. Put that back on there. It's also got its own filter, which is filthy. Always remember to clean your unit. I'll go clean this and come back. Okay, so filter, nice and clean. Clicks back in, front comes off, roller comes out, end of roller comes off if you need to clean in there. You'll need to get a wipe to clean this stuff out because it does get pretty manky after a couple of times. Clicks back in, away you go. On, you have to hold it down for 1 second, then it'll start. If it's in its upright position like it is now, it won't start, but you can turn it on. It is on now, but it doesn't start until you pull it down. So the floors we're doing today are polished concrete. It's been about a week and a half since I've done the floors. It doesn't take long when you've got kids and dogs, so it is pretty dirty. I always do the water as hot as I can. I always feel like it's doing more without boiling it. And we just fill it up to the max line. Cap of this faux shizzle. Smells like laundry liquid. It says not to use anything else, so I wouldn't. It's actually pretty sensitive because it has its auto detect. So I feel like if it can detect a little bit of dirt, it'll probably be able to detect different solution. So we're just going to use the normal solution. Hold the on button on. Turns on. It's telling me it's picked up something dirty there. If it goes all the way across to about there, red, it goes, there you go. It goes into max mode automatically. If you want to just keep it in max mode, you can just by pressing the top button, which is the max button. But sometimes it's annoying that they're going in and out of max mode. What I'm going to do, oh, there you go. As soon as I went backwards for a second, it left that little bit there. I can easily suck it back up. It's the parts that don't get picked up by the vacuum that then get left behind if you accidentally go in reverse. It is very shiny now. It looks clean. Now we'll put it on charger.
Charging has commenced.
Thanks,
Auto
Bob.
detecting.
Ooh.
Whether to run self-cleaning cycle.
Do you think we should?
Please begin self-cleaning cycle.
Yeah, I thought we should too. So, press the top button once.
Start self-cleaning.
It's cleaning itself. The only downside about this is I've put solution in there, so now it's cleaning the vacuum with the solution that I put in there instead of using it on the floor. So I tend to try and empty this whole canister out. Cleaning debris channel, which is the back part. I tend to empty this out over the whole floor, then clean it out with just water. And then if I vacuum it again, I'll fill it back up with the Tyneco solution and do the same thing again. Any day now. See how filthy that water is.
Self-cleaning cycle complete. Please clean dirty water tank and debris channel.
There you go. Okay, clean dirty water tank. And
Self-cleaning cycle complete. Please clean dirty water tank and debris channel.
debris channel is in there. Like I said, it does get dirty. Just got to clean that out, but sometimes I just put it in the bottom and let it clean it back out itself. Can't be doing everything for him. Click that back in.
Charging has commenced.
This is what I mean. If you accidentally bump her, she constantly tells you charging has commenced. If you're squeamish, maybe just don't get one or look away. That was one pass down the hallway. So we'll clean that out. Oopsies. Filter's got a little bit in, not much. Oops. Let's just plug this up. Hair catcher works really well. This is disgusting, but anyway. Plenty of hair. And pretty dirty. Now that we're all clean, let's go again and see how dirty it is. Back to the charger.
Charging has commenced. Auto-detecting.
Yeah.
Whether to run self-cleaning cycle.
We shouldn't have to because you cleaned it last time.
Clean dirty water tank.
Okay, so you're the boss.
Start self-cleaning. Clean water tank empty. Please refill water and cleaning solution.
Oh dear. It's not really that empty,
Charging
but...
has commenced. Auto-detecting. Whether to run self-cleaning cycle.
What?
Please clean dirty water tank.
Oh, so now it's going to start again. I actually love the machine. I love the way it cleans, but this charger is like so sensitive that you move it that little bit. I just took that out
Charging has commenced.
and then it restarts its self-cleaning cycle. Stop the montage.
Auto.
I know I look a bit stupid going around in circles, but if I go backwards, it sometimes can just leave the hair stuck in the... Whew. I've seen videos of people saying that you can walk on it with socks on because your socks don't get wet, it dries, it's literally dry as it's running. That is simply not true, as you just saw me slipping over there. You're literally mopping the ground, so it's wet. Right, that's probably enough of me showing you how to clean my floors. So let's go through the pros and cons. First con, you pretty much either have to wear shoes or risk getting wet feet or slipping over, simply because you can't use it like a normal mop. Well, there you go. Exactly what I was about to say. It leaves something behind because the little rubber thing on the back picks up the stuff that your roller doesn't. So as soon as you go backwards, that little rubber bit leaves something behind. So therefore, you have to keep going forwards. That's why I go in a circle until I hit the middle and I get out of that circle. As soon as I go backwards, that happens. Hindsight, you can't use it like a normal mop and work your way out of the wet area and stay on the dry. So at some stage, you're walking on wet ground. Second thing, let's get that out of the way. The width of the roller wasn't a concern when I first looked at it. Now I wish I bought the one up, just because the roller's that little bit wider on the S5, I think it is, don't quote me on that. It gets right up to the wall, and now every time the sun hits the floor, I just see this little 20mm line down the side of the skirt. It annoys the crap out of me. I could have just got the next one up, but at the time I thought, I'm not paying out $300 for a little bit wider roller. Pretty much everything else was the same. I think it had a slightly bigger tank or something on it, but one tank does me the whole house, which is, let's say, 80 to 85 square meters. Unless I'm doing on max mode and going really slow, I can generally get the whole tank, one tank, to do the whole house. Another con is that it vacuums from the middle, not from the front of the roller. Obviously, the roller's picking everything up and mopping, and the vacuum's taking the stuff off the roller. It can't suck from the front in. you could go both ways, but it'll still leave a little bit in the corner. For the vast majority, bigger areas, it is so good. The pro of having a vacuum and a mop in one, it just is unbeatable. So generally, I'll do a really fast run around and suck up all the crap and hair, filthy debris, clean it out, flush it out a couple of times, clean the roller, and then put a fresh roller on and do a final clean with the solution in it. I've honestly just never had something that's so effortless that it pulls itself around. It's like I'm taking it for a walk. Anything like me, doing that motion with the mop, it kills your back, especially after already using the vacuum to do the whole floor. The way that this takes off, and you can hold it with one finger to the side, is the best thing for your back. Cleanup is actually very easy, even though it looks disgusting. It is very easy. If you don't want to clean up everything in there, I suggest doing a couple of cycles of the self-clean. You're still going to have to clean up the back of that, what did you call it?
Debris channel.
That's it. Sometimes she gets a little bit frisky.
Dirty debris channel.
Just kidding. Now, if you've been looking at one of these and you've got the money to buy one of these, I suggest don't. If this is all you can afford, do it. But if you can save for another couple of weeks and get the one up, I would definitely go for it. Without even using the next one up, I know that roller is worth the money. Unless you don't care about the edges of your skirting, but that's me. It does have Wi-Fi, but I don't know why. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to clean your house. It's just going to talk to you more. Rusk, that's filthy, man. Sounds disgusting. One thing I want to show you while I'm going is... She's a noisy thing.
Clean dirty water tank and debris channel.
I'll do that in a second. Now, the last thing I want to show you isn't...
Self-cleaning cycle complete. Please clean dirty water tank and debris channel.
She doesn't stop. You done? Like I was saying, the last thing I want to show you isn't to do with the actual Tyneco itself, it's to do with concrete floors. If you have polished concrete floors, or you've never had polished concrete floors and you've never looked after them, and you don't know what to actually do, here's what you don't do. You'll see spots like this. They don't look that bad now, but in the light, and the feel of it is real dull. That spot is a strawberry that sat there for 20-30 minutes or something before I saw it. I picked it up, acid had already etched the concrete. That one is even worse. That was a Calippo. A Calippo that my son didn't want anymore, so he left it on the ground, and I didn't find it for about an hour. But that's nothing. The worst one is in the pantry. See how the floor's a different colour? It's so grey back here. It's like it hasn't actually been polished. That is balsamic vinegar. My wife dropped that, broke the bottle, on there for about 30 seconds before she cleaned it up. Been like that ever since. Just because it's polished concrete doesn't mean it's invincible. It can still get etched by acidic things such as strawberries, Calippo's juice. Now, if you have polished concrete floors, that's one thing to look out for, because I never knew that. And that's why the Tyneco is actually good for doing quick spills. You can get onto it straight away. Plus side is you can always get it fixed. You can always get it buffed out and repolished, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, that's it for me. I'm gonna go clean this.
Charging has commenced.
Sure has.
Dirty.
I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, I'm on camera. You filthy.